our top 10 series where we give you super cool, awesome, and sometimes disgusting top 10 lists. I'm Court McGinley. Today we're going to talk about something a little creepy, something a little gross. We're going to be talking about the top 10 disgusting foods people actually eat. Yeah, so take a seat, this might get pretty stomach turning. Before we get started, I want to know, what is the grossest thing you've ever eaten? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Alright, so I guess we should get started. Coming in our number 10 spot, canned chicken. Yes, I'm starting you guys off easy because number one, it just takes a lot to work up to number one. If you can't handle this, then watch out because this list gets so much worse. Canned chicken might not sound too bad, but just look at this. It's enough to make me vomit. Sweet Sue, what are you doing? Why is this so raw and so slimy? This is absolutely disgusting. It looks like it's covered in saliva. It's just, no, I'm gonna be sick. On to the next one. In at number 9, Casu Marzu. Yeah, this is a thing. From a distance, it doesn't look so bad. But then you zoom in and you learn that it means rotten maggot cheese and you instantly feel nauseous. Cheese is amazing, but I'm not gonna lie, after looking at this, I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a separation from it for a while. Because I can't unsee what I just saw, and I just have such a strong feeling that this is going to haunt my dreams. Coming in at number 8, canned fish mouths. Because who doesn't like it when your food bites you back? Yeah, you guys have my permission to use that as your slogan. Who wants a can of teeth? I just don't get it. Like, the only edible part would be the gums, and why? I don't understand. Just buy a can of tuna. That's the part of fish you're supposed to eat anyways. You know, the can that doesn't contain the sharp dagger teeth that will rip open your mouth. At number 7, raw 4-inch long worms. Yeah, it's starting to get grosser. But this is still nothing compared to what's headed your way. Now, some people eat bugs, some people despise bugs. It's a lot of mixed emotions. But to eat a bug while it's still alive with no seasoning, I think we can all agree that's pretty gross. So these guys are found in the Australian outback. In the desert, food is sometimes hard to come by, so it's either grubs or nothing. I mean, Timon and Pumbaa did this, so why can't we? For thousands of years, the Australian Aborigines have relied on these protein-rich grubs. I mean, if you're hungry, all you need to do is pull one of these suckers out of the ground and pop it in your mouth. Wichita grubs have now become kind of a national signature dish in Australia, and are pretty popular in some of their more upscale restaurants. And eating them alive is all part of the experience. People have said these grubs taste like scrambled eggs. Yeah, I think I'll pass. At number 6, sour toe cocktail. There's a Canadian bar that serves this beverage. Oh my god. And basically it's a toe in a cocktail. Yeah, a human toe is in this drink. So if that image alone doesn't make you sick, then the bartenders want to keep it that way. And they first drain all of the bodily fluids from the toe, and they pickle it. So this means you aren't going to die from consuming this toe, unless, you know, you choke on it or something. Which probably happens often because who the heck would be able to drink something with a toe in it? How did someone even think to do this? Well, it turns out in 1973, Captain Dick Stevenson found some guy's frostbitten toe floating in a jar of moonshine in a cabin. He assumed it probably belonged to a Yukon moonshine runner that dated back to the 1920s, and said to himself, that needs to be a drink. And then the sour toe cocktail was born. There's only one rule when you drink this shot. You can drink it fast or drink it slow, but the lips have gotta touch the toe. But they insist you don't swallow the toe because severed toes aren't the easiest thing to come by. In at number 5, squirming octopus. Now originally I wasn't gonna put this on my list because people you know they actually enjoy octopus. It's not a weird thing. But then I watched the video clip of what this looks like and it's so creepy. This octopus is literally squirming around as you're pouring sauce on it. This is a Japanese and Korean delicacy known as odari don. Now technically it's not alive while all of this thrashing about is going on because its brains have been removed. But it's not like a zombie octopus since it's made extremely fresh and it dies just moments before it hits your table. It is still squirming around in an attempt to escape. The nerves and muscles are still active and they spring to life when they come in contact with salt, like the salt in soy sauce. This is also a dangerous food item seeing as the tentacles are covered in powerful suction cups. And this thing can and will grab on to the inside of your throat and lodge itself in there. At number 4, a whole cobra with a beating heart. Yeah, if you visit Vietnam, you might find a beating cobra heart on your dinner plate. So how they get this isn't pretty. They basically slice open the snake right in front of you at your dinner table and rip out the still beating heart and serve it to you in a bowl. And immediately after, they drain the snake's blood into a glass for you to drink. You know, in case there wasn't enough blood on the still beating heart. Now you have some extra. And going with the cobra theme, the next course is a shot glass full of cobra's venom and bile. Apparently for snake's venom to harm you, it needs to be injected into your veins. But it can break down in your stomach just fine, so no worries. Just, make sure you don't have any cuts or ulcers in your mouth before drinking it, because if you do, you're gonna die. Up next at number 3, blood clams. Blood clams are clams that produce a lot of hemoglobin. And there's really no way to avoid blood when eating one of these things. There's just blood everywhere. You guys remember carry out prom? Yeah, that's the kind of blood we're talking about. This is a Chinese delicacy, and the traditional way to prepare this is to boil them for an insanely short amount of time. I'm talking like 20 seconds. Then they are served. This allows the blood to remain fresh, because that's what the people want. Apparently a raw oyster being covered in blood is essential to the flavor, but this does have a downfall. People who eat these have a 14 to 16% chance of contracting hepatitis, because barely boiling things doesn't kill off the germs. As much as these are a delicacy in China, they are also illegal because of the disease. But nonetheless, people are still selling them and eating them. Coming in at our number 2 spot, fruit bat soup. Yeah, with this name alone, you know it's gonna be disgusting. This is a popular dish in Guam, and this is how it's prepared. First, you rinse off the bat, then you boil it, chop up some vegetables, douse everything in coconut milk, and serve it up. So you pretty much just have the entire bat as a whole in your soup. This is just so depressing, I just keep getting flashbacks of Stella Luna popping into my head. Poor Stella Luna, you never saw it coming. Now, you might have noticed there was nothing about shaving the bat. No, that's because the fur, eyes, wings, and everything else gets eaten. And it turns out eating this could cause you to develop a neurological disease. Yeah, so when our furry friends are alive, they eat plants that are known to cause neurological diseases in humans. So basically, this bat has a belly full of seeds that are poisonous to us. So as if you needed a reason, don't eat the bats. Next, if you haven't yet thrown up, then this one might just do it. Coming in our number 1 spot is dead birds in a seal carcass. Yeah, this list just gets worse and worse. This is yet another delicacy. This one is coming to us from Greenland. This item takes a full 18 months to prepare because, it needs 18 months to basically rot under a pile of rocks. Kibiak is basically death stuffed into more death. You have your hundreds, yes, hundreds of birds, and then you stuff them into a sack of seal skin. And there you go. Oh, and as if that wasn't appealing enough, they also smother this delectable carcass in fat to ward off the flies. Because, eating something that a fly landed on would just be absolutely disgusting. The whole rotting process is done so that every part of the birds and the bones can be tender. And no, you don't cook it. Well, there you guys have it. That is our list of the top 10 disgusting foods that people actually eat. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of feeling nauseous at the moment. But thank you guys so much. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.